Hey everyone, what's going on? So we are up to the last batch of 10 stages, including Shiny Xerneas. So starting off, we do have a Sandshrew, which is a repeat stage, and it's an easy stage. So, well, relatively easy. I mean, this Sandshrew has a load of HP. It's over 40,000, so it's quite insane. But it is a 3 Pokemon stage, so it's still not bad. I did go ahead and tack on that plus 5 moves. I believe I didn't need it for this attempt, actually. But, yeah, it is. It definitely can be done itemless with this team or with similar teams or whatnot. So you don't need the plus 5, but it is a good thing to use just because he does have a lot of HP despite being a 3 Pokemon stage. Anyway, we are using Silvally because since it is a 3 Pokemon stage, you're going to get the combos. And so typeless combo, excellent choice. We do have Kyogre for Rock Shot because there's a bunch of rocks on the field and he does disrupt with rocks, so definitely want to go ahead and use that if you have it. And Mega Rayquaza just because of the combos. Gengar is perfect here. Shiny Gyarados would be fine. Even Shiny Mega Mewtwo X. I mean, any of those to get the combos pretty decent. Yeah, as I said, I didn't need the plus 5 for this attempt, but didn't know I wasn't going to need it. I did try I think twice before this itemless and wasn't able to beat it, or at least S-rank it, so yeah, I did throw in that plus 5, and I end up S-ranking it without needing the plus 5, ironically, but anyway, we do S-rank that, so that is Sandshrew, the first stage in this batch of 10. Next up, we have Tepig. Pretty cool to get Tepig and Pignite. We don't have Emboar, though, for whatever reason, so I did go ahead and use the plus 5, and you do notice I do have that Flygon. It does have Shot Out, and it is fully maxed. I did go ahead and invest in it immediately, similar to Trevenant, because just a great option. I don't mind investing in it. And then I have Noivern for another neutral Shot Out user. Look how much damage Flygon does. It is fully maxed with Shot Out and all the levels, so if you went ahead and maxed out your Flygon, definitely bring it on the stage because it does disrupt with a bunch of Tepig. So, yeah, you definitely want to have the Flygon if you have it. If you don't have it, it's not too necessary. I mean, you could go with neutral Shoutout uses like Noivern and Hitmonlee or, other ones. But those should be good too. Yeah, so not a difficult stage. We are able to beat Tepig with a good amount of moves left. Did I need that plus 5? I don't know. I can't recall, but I'm not sure if I needed it. But either way, we did use it and we did beat Tepig the second stage on this last batch of 10, so not bad. And you could farm Tepig, not that you'd want to, but you could go ahead and do that if you do want to. And yeah, so that is Tepig. And moving on, we do have Steelix. Now this one is actually a tough one. I'm not sure if Silvally is the best call here, just because it is resistant, but I did go ahead and use Silvally, and I was able to win. I am going full items, minus the complexity. Yeah, this was, I felt like this was a tough one. Yeah, so I'm going with the Mega Camelot instead of Tyranitar just because it's super effective, but if you have Tyranitar, that could be better. I'm not actually too sure if it's better. It might be, even though it is resistant, just because you do tap 3 spaces and there's a bunch of blocks. So, yeah. I don't know what happens if you leave the last spot blank, so I don't know if there's more blocks or if there's a 5th support or an added support. If there's an added support like Pidgey, you could try and leave the last spot blank and bring Hitmonlee if you want to, or even Flygon. You could definitely go ahead and try that. I would try it itemless just to see what happens, though, if you want to go that route. But yeah, Silvally actually did help us out despite being resistant. But yeah, there's just a bunch of blocks that fall on the left side of the Skyfall. So, not a fun stage. It's actually cool that we got Steelix. You could farm Steely Resolve, I think it has. Am I correct about that? I think that's what it has. And that's something I actually do want. It's similar to Last Ditch Effort. So, yeah, I do want that. I'm not sure if I'm going to really be able to farm Steelix, though. But it is a cool option to have at the very least. And yeah, I actually came close on this attempt, I believe. So we do have the Buzzwole and the Meloetta as well. Just really strong, super effective damage Pokemon. So yeah, the main priority though was the typeless combo. Even though it's resistant, it does boost all of the super effective Pokemon. So that's a benefit to typeless combo. But yeah, not a whole lot to say outside of that, besides the fact that it is quite an ugly stage. I don't know, you might be able to do it for a little bit cheaper, but I would just go with the items I did, and hopefully you could beat it. That's basically all I have to say. So we are able to beat Steelix, yeah. Quite bulky, not surprising just because it is Steelix, so it makes sense in a way. And let's see. We do get that S rank, so pretty cool, pretty cool. Moving on, we do have yet another Castform, the Water Form. I can't recall what this is. Again, it's a puzzle stage, so you have to use that +5 moves. It is a mandatory because of the puzzle. So yeah, just follow what I did, and like the other Castforms, you will be able to clear out the puzzle stage. Yeah, so not too bad. We did leave a couple of Pelipper on the field. Not clearing them all out. There may be a way to clear them all out, but yeah. So I didn't really want to clear them all out anyway, just because I have the Alola Cat Pikachu and I could shout out them, and it did help out a lot for this stage. I do have the Meganium because of all the blocks on the field, and then just Rowlet. So yeah, this one, like the other Castform, basically the same thing, basically easy. If you could handle the other ones, shouldn't have too much of a problem. I do have that 5 match of the Alola Cat Pikachu, and that's just able to easily knock out that Castform. So yeah, so very easy stage, very low HP, but you do need the +5 if you're going for the S rank. If you're just going for the catch, because it does have a low catch, you can just keep on going into it. Don't use the +5. We actually got it up to a 46%, I guess because we knocked it out fast. But if you have less moves like I did on the other Castforms, it would have a worse catch rate. So we are going to take the Great Ball just because we do get it up to a 92%, and if you get it up to a 92%, you should go for it, even though none of the Castforms are good. Yeah, so we do get the S rank for that, and this one has Downpour. It is the Rainy form, so I know they did buff Downpour recently, so that's not going to make Castform good, but I don't know if Downpour is good. I guess we'll have to I'll have to look into it. But anyway, moving on, we do have that Flygon shout out again for Pignite. Yeah, Pignite and Tepig were basically made for the new Flygon, so hopefully you guys have the resources to invest into it if you are up to these new stages. And we do have Kyogre, Ash Greninja. I brought Kyogre because I'm pretty sure he disrupts with a bunch of rocks. I think I'm correct about that. I think that's why I brought the Kyogre. Yeah, a couple of rocks. So if you match the Kyogre, you get rid of those and get rid of most of those Oshawott. So yeah, there's more blocks. Can get rid of the Oshawott. But again, the Oshawott and the Pignite are good for shout out. So yeah, you definitely don't have to get it. I felt like this one was easy as well, similar to Tepig. Tepig probably a little bit easier. Yeah, as I said though, these were like evolutionary events, so kind of cool to see them in the main stages from now on. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so this not a bad one. I enjoyed this one. This stage. Yeah, after the Shiny Yveltal, most of the stages were pretty much, I don't want to say all of them were easy, some of them were difficult, but a lot of them were pretty easy, so it's a sigh of relief after you go through that Shiny Yveltal. So even Xerneas isn't as bad as Yveltal, and we're going to be up to that in this set of stages, but for now, we are up to Drowsy, stage 666. Uh-oh. But yeah, another one that's easy, and I was able to do it itemless. It is a 3 Pokemon stage. Yeah, Silvally for typeless combo just because it's a 3 Pokemon stage and you're going to get the combos. And Gengar, super effective, always nice. Mega Rayquaza would be fine. Yeah, the Gyarados as usual. But I just went with Gengar just because it is super effective. And yeah, not bad. Definitely an easy stage an easy fun stage, actually. I really enjoyed this one. A bunch of rocks. A rock shot user. I think I want to say Miss Maggie is, or Mischievous, one of them. I didn't farm them, I don't have them, but if you have it, definitely a good option for you because there are a bunch of rocks. But I do have the Hoopa. Hoopa doesn't have typeless combo. Mine has Risk Taker. Since my Savali is fully maxed, I'm not going to max out Hoopa. But yeah, I could understand this. Maybe you wanting to throw a +5 at it just because there's a bunch of rocks. So and he does have a lot of HP. So I could understand using the +5, but I didn't find it necessary. I was able to beat it. So yeah, that is Drowsy. I'm trying to think, what were Drowsy and Hypno? Were they events or are they previously in the main stages? I can't remember. But they are in the main stages right now. They are repeats, so you can farm them if you want. Why not? Moving on, we have Crobat. I actually had trouble with this one. I didn't think this one was going to be bad because Groudon maxed with Barrier Shot. I thought it was going to be able to handle it, but yeah, I was mistaken. I tried this a few times, several times, with just like a +5, and then I added in the Mega Stun. And I was like, you know what, just let me go all items. And I even think, not all items, I didn't use the complexity, but I even this one I thought was a close call, or I almost didn't beat it. But yeah, I am using the Mega Rayquaza. I felt like it was because after you get rid of all this ice with like Groudon, it is does combo more than like Tyranitar in my opinion. So that's why I went ahead with this team, and I felt like it worked well. So Valley for typeless combo. I've used Savali so much. I love the typeless combo. It doesn't have to be Savali. It could be Hoopa. It could be the new. I think one of the Deoxys gets typeless combo. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be Savali, but since Savali has it, my Savali has it, and it was the first one to get typeless combo, that's what I'm going with, and that's what I'm using. So yeah, do have Landorus just because it's strong. Yeah, because I used the disruption delay and I cleared off all the barriers, Groudon isn't doing anything at this point in time, but that's okay because I was more focused on activating typeless combo. So pretty cool. Stage. Crobat is another one that used to be an event. I think it was a Safari if I remember correctly, but now it's in the main stages. So it has Poisonous Mist. I think that was buffed as well, if I remember correctly. I don't even remember what it does. I don't know what the new effect is, but yeah, either way, that is Crobat. Should be able to farm this if you want to. Itemless, beat it itemless, but it's tough to S rank, so I don't know. We'll see. But that is Crobat. And we do S rank Crobat, so not bad. Moving on, Sandslash. This was another one I felt was easy. Maybe it wasn't easy. We are able to beat it with just the +5 moves. I felt like it was a little tight, or a lot tight actually, with going without the +5 moves. So it might be possible, but it was really, I tried it a few times, wasn't able to do it. It doesn't have many moves, so to be able to S rank it basically. For the amount of moves is what I'm saying. So we do have the Vanillux and the Kyogre for Rock Shot, Vanillux for Shot Out because there are some Sandslash on the field. So those two really working out. I didn't think I was going to beat it this attempt either because I really wasn't triggering Shot Out or Rock Shot, but then I was able to towards the end. So I don't think I needed that Rayquaza, but we do get Rayquaza. Yeah, I didn't because that's going to finish the Sandslash off. So yeah, if I didn't use the +5, we would have only had one move left, and yeah, wouldn't have been able to S rank it. So might be possible, but I would definitely add on that +5 if I were you. I would definitely recommend it. So we do go ahead and get the S rank on that, and now we are up to Hypno, and I'm going with a Ghost team basically, and Valley going in with the moves +5 and the Mega Star. This one was actually tough. Yeah, he does disrupt with a bunch of Hypno and rocks. Basically, I don't know if it's every turn, but it's quite often. So, yeah. So just make the match that I did if you want to clear off all the Hypno, and that will get rid of all the Hypno, and then you'll have not a full board because he's going to disrupt with more Hypno and more Rocks, so it does get a little bit annoying. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to beat it with just the +5 and the Mega Start, but I was able to. You could actually technically beat this with just the +5, because if you happen to trigger Banette Mega Boost plus on like the first turn or something, you should be able to beat it. That way, it'll just take like an extra move than what I had, basically. But it's going to be really tough to do so. So, I don't know. Even with this, I thought it was tough. So, possible with just the +5, but it's going to be really tough to do so, I think. Yeah, Trevenant really helping out here just because of all the Hypno and the shot out. Yeah, Mega Banette, not bad, not bad. So yeah, I think I had one spare move or something for the S rank cutoff. So yeah, if I took an extra move to Mega Evolve Banette, I would have been able to beat it with just the +5 moves, but I don't know if I would have been able to Mega Evolve it. Basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I guess it is a tough stage, but it's manageable. So anyway, that is Hypno. And we do get the S rank. And now, you guys know what we're up to right now, don't you? Shiny Xerneas. And Xerneas is actually easy. You don't need the full item attempt to... So here it is, Shiny Xerneas. You don't need the full item attempt to beat it, to S rank it. But I just went ahead and did it anyway because I didn't want to go like all items but the complexity and not beat it. So I went the full items. Now, I went with a Steel team. If I were to do this again, I would go with a Poison team with like Gulpin, Krogunk, and probably maybe Nihilego or something if I like boosted up its new ability. But I just went with the Steel team, and it happened to work out. I'm not sure what the complexity removes. I still have my 4 Pokemon. I don't think there's a 5th support. I could be wrong about that. I don't think there's a 5th support, but maybe it's blocks as the 5th support. Like, I mean, I don't think there's a 5th Pokemon as a support. Could be blocks, I don't know. Unless if I'm wrong, maybe there is a 5th support, but yeah, this one is definitely not as bad as Shiny Yveltal. Yeah, I actually didn't find this as bad at all, and which was kind of surprising. I expected it to be tough, but yeah, not tough. Doesn't have as much HP and whatnot. So, Shiny Xerneas is not a bad one. And that is good because we had trouble with Yveltal. At least I had a lot of trouble with Shiny Yveltal. So, kind of makes sense that they would make it a little bit easier. It's still a boss stage. It's still a legendary, so they have to make it relatively tough. They have to make you use items. I get it. But, yeah. So not too bad in my opinion. One of the problems is we don't have a super effective shout-out user for fairy types. Like there's no steel shout-out Pokemon. So yeah, those Xerneas on the field would have been nice if you had a shout-out user at the beginning, but not going to be the case. Again, don't need it though. I finished with plenty of moves left, so... Yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and try it without the complexity, good luck. I really do believe that it's possible, but I also believe that it's going to be really tough. But yeah, good luck if you're able to do it. So yeah, this is Shiny Xerneas, and we are able to beat it with 19 moves left. And that is really cool. You also get a Raise Max level for this one as well, so... Totally worth it, in my opinion. Definitely. So yeah, and I believe Shiny Xerneas, yeah, it does have a good catch. It has 9% base, get it up to a 51%, and really good catch rate. So I mean, yeah, some like Yveltal really tough, but at least they have good catch rates, right? The bosses, so. Can't complain about that. Gonna obviously take the Great Ball because we do have a max chance. And we're able to catch Shiny Xerneas. And it does have the same ability as Shiny Yveltal. So I guess we'll have to see if they're good. Who knows? Hyper Drain, so pretty interesting. And Yeah, so there's the raise max level that we get. And now we extract all stages, so Deoxys is going to appear in the expert stages, and we will have that soon. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Bye!